Hello, hello, it's Angela with Dogwood Paper Arts, and I am back to do Christmas in July 2025. Carol at Free Spirit Arts and Tammy at Tammy Van Antwerp Arts both are doing Christmas in July as a hashtag under hashtag Let's Make Together 2025. A lot of people are doing Christmas in July 2025. I don't know where it originally started either, except for I believe that it was probably started by getting an early start on Christmas for bazaars and stuff, so that they have enough items to, sell at a craft show. That was where I thought it all came from. So, but I know that somebody here on YouTube, everybody starts this every year, and I think it's just a common hashtag, but I don't know. Don't know where it originally started. I would suspect long, long ago. Deep, deep in the woods. Far and away. No, I don't know. I'm just fooling around. So, I wasn't going to do a Christmas in July today. I want to start a new book. I can't find my little book, so we're going to do a little project. You will need to do this project a window envelope. This envelope is 9.5 by 4 and 1/8. 4 1/8 by 9.5. You don't need one at 9.5, though. You can, if you had one that was 7 inches, that would be perfect with a full window, because we're not going to use this whole thing. Okay? Then you'll need a piece of background paper to put in here. And let me tell you where this idea came from. This came from the scrapbook.com live they did this morning, where she was making shaker cards. And I thought, I really want to make a shaker card, but I don't have the equipment that they have. And if I do, it's all back there. It's just there. And I don't feel like getting it all out. I probably shouldn't be lifting my cranking machine, Celeste, you know what it's called? The Big Boss machine. I don't think I should be lifting it yet. I don't think my back's strong enough. So I don't want to do that. So I'm going to make a shaker card with an envelope, some paper, and I thought I might use these deer. Now, this is a Simple Stories pack. It's a collector's essential kit. 178 pieces. Well, yeah, they're counting every leaf. But it has a lot in it. It's a great pack. I do wish that it had a snowy background, and this brown was the only snowy I could find. Now, there is this one. And then there was the red polka dot. But I think we'll go with the deer, because it'll go with what I want to put on the front of this, which is, I'll find it, which is this Santa and this deer. But I'm going to have to put them on nice thick paper, because otherwise that's a sticker, and so is that. So they'll have to be on something a little thicker to be on the front of the card. Okay? So I wanted this deer, and I can't get this deer without this deer's behind. Oh dear. See? Because I want his nose in there, and then I get this guy's behind. So that's a little bit of a problem, but it'll be okay. What are you doing up so close? My goodness, girls. How's that? Is that better? Ha! You can see what I'm talking about now. Here it is, the Collector's Essential Kit. It is Simple Stories, 178 pieces. Simple Vintage Yuletide. Anyway, it has a lot of the things in it that I need to make this shaker card. It didn't have this envelope. So, you will need the envelope. And you'll want to decorate the outside of the envelope. Now, if you have a die that is a little bit smaller than this, so that it will cover, you could just use your die to cover this piece of the envelope. I probably do have a die, but I just don't feel like getting it out. I'm just not there right now. So I'll get there. But I'm going to assume you don't have a die and a die cutting machine. So we're going to do it this other way. I think I just saw an ant. You know, those darn ants. Dahlia, you were talking about ants. You had an ant one day. They must be after Drew and I's supplies. We'll have to guard them with our lives. Because, you know how ants are. Okay, so now I gotta be sure I get this guy's nose in there. Let me move you over. I gotta be sure I get his nose in there. So let me just line that up so I know where his nose is. The end of his nose is right about there. So I know my envelope. This edge has got to be somewhere on the side, this side of that. So I'm going to say right there. And I'm going to fold this over. And I wonder if we'll have to make it a little bit taller. Well, I don't need his necessarily all of him in there. I want this guy. That's what I'm after. I want his horns, so let's put this up here. We know we have to be above that to get his horns in here. This top of your envelope has to be there. So that puts... Okay, so this tells me I'm going to have to make this just a little bit deeper. That's okay, because we can put a sentiment here on the front of our card. Let's go with this. And we'll not worry about his missing legs. We'll just worry about keeping his antlers. How's that sound? So right about there and right about there, those are my cut lines. Whew, that was math. Well, not really math, but it was confusing, wasn't it? Okay. The idea is to keep his nose and antlers in the picture, because he is in the background and he is going on the inside of that envelope. Oh, I hope I'm doing it right. I hope I'm doing it right. Yes, 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 yes. I hope I'm doing it right. Oh. I thought I measured that other one too. Oh, it's here. It's down here. We can use that for something else. And, okay. So, we know his nose has got to be right about there. Let's measure that again, make sure we're right. His nose is there. This has to be beyond his nose, this line of the window, so his nose is in the picture. And she's missing a pencil. Call emergency services, please. Boy, I got a really thick line on that one. That one doesn't usually write thick. I wonder if I put another lead in it that was a different size. Oh, I hope it's right. Okay, scooting my chair in now. Now, I don't have to ink this one up or anything. But what I do need to do is open my envelope, like so. And we are going to put this in here and just be sure we did it right. Oh, we did it wrong. Okay. Well, that's not bad. I mean, it's not great. I don't like the behindy in there, do you? I'm going to cut this off just a little bit more. Now it'll probably be too much. Slide that in your envelope. That looks better. Okay, so the Santa should kind of cover that up. The behindy. Although it does look like a behindy, I guess it's heading out of the picture, so maybe it will just run away pretty soon. What do you think? Well, the deer stays. That's where I started. That's where we're going. Now this one, I could bring it back in. Nah, don't worry about that now, Angela. Here's this guy. Okay. Okay, so now we know that our envelope can fold at this point where this is. So, right there, and then that's large enough to put a sentiment like Merry Christmas up there. Okay. So, we know that that's our line, but I want you to cut just beyond it by, oh, half an inch maybe, right here, half an inch. And just cut that off. Boing! And then you're going to glue this piece in. And, you know, it's up to you how much glue you want to put on it, really. My tags, although it went along pretty coolly, you know, the way I did a mass make and made 6. Well, I didn't finish 6, but I made 6. You know, they really were kind of a fail. I'll show them to you, but I really feel like a fail on them. I just, you know, I don't know. Okay. We are going to cut this little piece off of, oh no, this, let's see, which piece? Yeah, okay, we've got our fold line there. We're not careful. Well, okay, we'll get there. No, I'm going to do it right. Okay. See, this is what happens when you make on the run like this. I want to get this to fold down to there. That's what I want. Okay. So we're going to cut this little piece off here, right above the envelope. I mean, the background. Right there. And right there. Don't worry if there's a little flap left. That's okay. It will actually secure the goodies inside. And we're going to cut this piece off. Okay. Now the reason I had to do that, let me tell you, let me explain it, is when your shakers go up and down, if there's a little catch up here, they'll catch. So you want to be able to fold this over so it's flush with the top of this. My neighbor started his motorcycle. And I'm going to put this envelope so it's, you know, pretty close there. Okay, throw away those little pieces. You don't need to keep those. They're little envelope pieces. Keep this piece. It's a good one because it can help you make a fold in an envelope if you need it. I like to save these parts because I can, you know, if I wanted to put a piece of envelope back together, I could do that with that piece right there. Ta-da! Okay, so there is what the front of it's going to look like so far. Now, we're not going to put our stuff on the inside yet, so we're not going to seal it closed. Not yet, my friends. Okay? We are going to decorate this piece out here. And, you know, I kind of like... I kind of like this. I think that goes with this very well. Well, you know, all of this pack's going to go together. I don't want that one because dots and snow dots in there, so I don't want that. So let me find a place for that piece of paper. We're going to might use, oh yeah, our Santa's on there. We are going to use it. We might use something in here, and we might use something there. Now you don't need this pack. You just pick any paper pack you have. Grab a Santa, a reindeer. We could go with the green. No. Or, this is a better Santa. Wow, he'd be way too big. He'd have been perfect for a long envelope. Okay, there's that one. I think red is a little too bold, although it is a pretty red, isn't it? Oh, now there. No, too dark to go with that brown. I want to kind of lighten it up a little bit. And these are just strips. I could just use paper for that instead of using this. Right? I don't want polka dots. And here's a little lighter one of those. Ho, ho, ho. Let's go with this one. Go with your first choice, Ange. Okay. So I want this to come over. I want the edge of the paper to come over this line because we've got a curve here that we're going to exclude. You're in the exclusion zone. You know, right? Okay. He knows it now. So it only needs to be over by about 1/8, I think. So we're going to cut these at, where's my pencil? I think this pencil's not working right. Let's cut a long strip here. And that strip is, well, we'll just leave it like that. We're going to have to measure each one individually anyway, probably. And we are going to glue this one on here. Now, if you've got a little sticking out up there, don't worry about it because we're going to tuck that in a little bit. It's just the way it is. Okay, cut it off there. So, you don't need all these materials to make shaker cards. An envelope works great. And CD envelopes, they work great. I've made some really cute booklets with the CD envelopes. And we're going to put that one over there. I think it'll fit. It does have a little bit of that, but that's okay because we're going to cover that. So let's start there. We will ink these up with not pink, not blue, not black. We're going to go vintage photo on these. There's a lot of ways you can get that exact shape. If you were to take, you could take the plastic off the inside. Normally comes off fairly easy, but you want to be careful about glue, getting glue all over it. You can take that off and then you can draw your window here and cut it out. That's one good way to do it. Okay, let's... do I have that upside down? No, now it is. Okay, now it's right. I had it right the first time. Don't doubt myself. You could take the plastic off and just trace that. Now, if it's a hard one to get off, what I've done a lot of times is with the circles. I finally got a circle cutter too. Don't let me make you think that I cut my circles, because I've told you before, I can't cut a circle without it getting a flat tire on it. You can insert your piece of paper in there that you want to put on the outside and insert it in the envelope, and then you can use a ball of one of the, what are these called? Stylus. You can use the one that has a nice soft ball on it that's not huge. It's hard to see how big that is, but and you can trace an indent in your picture, and then once you get your indent, you can use a ruler to kind of line it all up and cut it out, and then you'll have your frame. I hope that makes sense. I don't know, but I've done it that way a lot. I did get a circle thing, but the way it works is it has to punch through your paper, and I don't like that. I don't want to punch through my paper and have a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock with a big hole in it on two sides. On one side have two holes. So I quit using it. We get enthused about all these different things that get offered to us as crafters, and it's very exciting. But really, the die cuts is the way to go if you want to get your shapes. And there's probably a lot of used die cutting machines out there that people just don't use anymore. So okay, I know there's glue up there. Let's cut that off. Don't cut a hole in the top of your envelope. I'm talking to myself because I need to remind myself. Okay, so there are those two. Now we need to get these. Now, I could use this. No, I'm not going to. I'm going to keep going the way I was. Now, if this doesn't cover that circle completely, that where it's cut out there, then I will Hang on. Then I will find something to put in there to cover up that inside, the white of the envelope. I'm talking way too much. Yes, we're going this direction, aren't we? Oh, that will make those words crooked. That's okay. We don't mind crooked words, do we? I'm trying to save as much paper that way as I can. Okay. So I'm just going to cross this right over. And then if you want to fill this little rectangle up here with something, you know, you can, like you would a quilt, make a little block there to put on top. Don't know if that makes sense, but it kind of makes sense to me. Okay, so lining it up. Need to get my small little cutter over here. Okay, oh, it's almost too short. Look at that. Oh, I just missed that. Are these, did I cut them evenly? Yeah. I did. Well, that's okay. We'll put something there on the corners anyway. I'll do better on the bottom. Here's the bottom. And I think I'll bring it down a little bit, and then I'll clip it when I'm done gluing it. So we know it's going to go from here. Well, we know it's the same length. All right. Inking, inking, inking. I found a poem that I wrote. I was going to read it to you, but I'm afraid that some people might be offended by it because it's about nature, how nature takes its course with the food chain. And so I decided against reading it to you today, but I always thought it was a pretty good kind of rhymey poem about a bird and what he took stock of in our yard for his family. And but I thought it was pretty good. Okay, it doesn't matter which one goes up here. That little circle is going to show there either way. And we're going to ink that top line up there too before we're done. And we're going to ink this one. Now I don't want it to go up too much higher, but I do want it to kind of cover up this white. We're going to throw snowflakes in there anyway. Okay. you know, this is not the way for me to do this. I better glue it down and trim it. Because if I do it that way, I'm going to cut it crooked. And then, well, you know what happens from there. By golly, the whole thing's crooked. And then I'd chop, 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 chop on it. And the whole thing would be just wonky. Wonky donkey. Okay, get rid of my pencil line because I'm going to have to come back with some ink. There, look at that. We have the beginning of a shaker card body. Hope I didn't cut my envelope open. Okay, inking the sides, inking the top, really good because it shows. We'll ink down this side. And we'll ink that bottom up good too. Okay. Whew. Well, we got that far, didn't we? Thank goodness. Okay, so our card is going to need a back and a body. So let's find a back and a body for this card. And probably we want to use maybe... That Santa can't go in there. No, no, no. That way I cut off his head. We won't use that one. Could use this on the inside. Okay. Now, I know it kind of looks like I'm wasting paper. I realize that. Okay, I'm going to slice that right across there. If you have other paper, you can use that. That's fine. I lost my lines. She doesn't know her lines. She can't do the movie. And that's all there is to it. I see them. I know my lines now. Okay, on with the movie. It's a movie. Don't you know? You're in a groovy movie. Oh, ho, ho. Da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Alrighty, my friends. Now we need to put in our shaker goodies. I'm going to put them right down in that little hole right there. And if you want anything else in there, this is the time to do it. Okay, so I have some little snowflakies here. 1 ounce of shaker fill. I also have these that have the Grinch in them. Do you want the Grinch? This one has trees. Oh, those are too big. The trees are too big. Some of the stuff is fine, but some of it's just way too big. Although the bigger stuff would make the envelope thicker on the inside. That one's got strawberries with it. This is little socks and little trees and little Santa hats. Cute. This one is Gingerbread Man Carol. There's a little gingerbread man in there. Sequin Mix. Picket Fence. I got that at scrapbook.com. This was a freebie that I think I got from them. Now, it has snowman, penguins, candy, All kinds of goodies. Oh, look. I wish this didn't have the pearls in it. I guess we wouldn't have to put the pearls in, would we? Just leave the pearls out. Can you tell I like shaker stuff? I do. I love it. Oh, I do. Oh, honeybee stamps. Honey. This is honey. And this one has, oh, really neat looking stuff too, but it has those balls in it, the little beads. The only thing I can think of with the beads is that they might get stuck in one area. Oh, look at that. Candy canes. And some of them are pretty thick too. Gingerbreads. And these are gingerbread men. I think we'll go with the snow and the snowflakes. Or maybe we'll go with, oh, these are the same. Sprinklets and Dress My Craft. They are exactly the same. Pearly snowflakes. Okay, well, I'm assuming that if I open this one, it's going to go all over the place. I hate that when it goes all over the place. I wish I had a little scooper. I have a pooper scooper outside for my dog, but I don't think that would work in here. Okay. Whoa. I don't really want the bead. No, I don't. I don't have anything to put them in, so I'm going to set them in my punch. Because I really don't want the bead. It's too big. If I had at the inside of my shaker raised and not just in an envelope, then I wouldn't worry about it. I'd just put these right in, yeah. That'd be great. Some of those little tiny pearls are probably going to go in because they're awful hard to get a hold of here. Oh, there was one on my finger. I have glue on my finger, so of course. Of course it would stick to me. Let's find out what it does with the little pearls in there. There's a snowflake sticking straight up. Fold that over before you shake it. Is it coming out the bottom somewhere? Or did it just come out the top? Okay. There's some of those beads. Let's get rid of those. It doesn't need a whole lot in it. Yeah, see, the little beads, well, regardless, everything's going to get stuck in it. Doesn't matter. Just because we like perfect shakers doesn't mean we're going to get them. They're almost like, oh, I should have maybe dusted the inside with something anti-static first or something. Let's see what that does. Oh, it sticks to the plastic. Okay, so we don't want any more of that than we need. We might. It might be kind of a cool thing. It looks kind of cool sitting on it. Let me grab some snowflakes. Oh, Oh dear, where's the snowflakes? I forgot I had this. That would have been good in there. The blue and silver. Now I always want to stuff my shakers so they're so stuffed full that they don't work at all anyway. Yeah. Well, that's okay. It just leaves a little bit of a glow there of the glittery stuff. Yeah, I should have used some of these instead of this stuff. I think it would look better. What do you think? Kind of looks like a manly card with kid things in it. Okay, I'm going to dump that back in there. And I'm going to grab a little bit of this. There we go. A little bit of this one. This one can really pour out fast. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. I'll show you in just a second. So these little candy typies, they don't really go with a more serious card. I got to looking at it and I thought, well, this has got this buck in it and it has kid candy in it, you know. So then it didn't look right to me. But I'm going to give him just a touch. That was... Oh no, I spilled it. Did you see? See what I've done now? Look what you've done, Angela. That's what my brothers would have said. Look what you've done. I'm telling Mom. Go ahead, tell Mom. Mom will think I'm cool because I'm doing art. I'm just pretending that that's probably not how it would have gone over. I told you not to spill all that on the table. I know. They did it. No. Okay, sweeping it into my hand. Oh, I know, Celeste, I can hear you now. Celeste does not like glitter. She would not even like this kind of glitter. I don't blame you. Now I don't like it either. I'm going to have to bring my vacuum in here and vacuum it up. Oh, I got it all over me. Well, you know, I have until Christmas to clean it up, right? Okay, carrying on with what we were doing. We might just glue some of those little shiny things down here. We are going to take this and you're going to come out just a little ways and give it just a little angle cut. Because you want to seal the rest of that down. But you don't want all of that excess kind of taking up room. So go right along your edge. right where it folds over. Do not shake it. Don't let me shake it. Shake it, baby, shake it. No, don't let me shake it. Because if I shake it, everything's going to go back up to the top and it's going to stay there, glued down. If it were crazy glue. Okay, get my phone out of the way. And we're going to continue on with making our card. I don't want to show you the front yet because I don't want to, see, there it is upside down. Okay, here's our card inside. We are going to glue that on top of this. Or glue this on top. Oh, that looks better. Well, I kind of like that better, don't you? Since I have said that it's more of a manly card. Excuse me, I sniffled my nose and it sounded very bad. I'm very sorry about that. We get so rude in here, don't we, in our craft rooms? We're just crafting along, we forget that our nose is running. And everything that could go haywire can go haywire. Okay, my card's going to open on this side. Oh. Those words are going both directions, I believe. Yeah, my envelope is not square. So maybe you don't want to make this kind of shaker. Okay. Now, take that little stylus tool, or a bone folder will work, and give that its crease. Don't cut through the paper. I'm going to crease it forward first, because I want it to be, I want it to come out to the edge of this card. Don't want, yeah, there. Okay, so it will have a little bit of red showing there, or whatever color you're using. Okay, I don't want to shake it. I'm trying not to let it go up towards the top. Okay, so you have this piece left, so you can fold it in and make a trifold card if you want to. Or you could put a pocket in there with the sentiment. Or you can just cut it off. Whatever you would like to do. What would I like to do? Well, I'd kind of like to put a sentiment in there, wouldn't you? Perhaps we'll fold it here. No, I think we'll just cut it off. I think that'll be better. Because otherwise I'm going to keep going and going and going and going. And that's not what I want to do. There we go. There's the back of our card. So in here will be our sentiment. And now we need our Santa. Oh, Santa man, where did you go? Mr. Santa, play me a tune. Excuse me. Ever since I've had to take the... Oh, there might be one in here. That's flowers. What's this? There's a Santa face, so that's not it. Where's the stickers? There we go. Sorry, I keep getting in the way. I'm getting in my own way down here. I don't even know what to do about that. Let's get these off of here before I make another mess with them. Okay. I have to give this card to my brother, I guess. Okay, I want to put this Santa on a piece of paper that's going to firm him up. Probably not this folded piece. Will you fit on here, Santa and Mr. Deer? I think so. Here's Mr. Santa. And we'll cut him out. And we have a deer. He's gonna... I could put this, just the deer out here, you know it? And not do a Santa. Instead of having the deer behind, we could have the deer front. We'll see. Let's find out together. Sharknado was on today. I just couldn't watch it. I was... They're so goofy. All the boys and my husband and grandson. Oh, they love that show. It is kind of goofy. It's kind of like watching some of the old scary movies like The Blob and Green Slime. I saw Green Slime the other day and I didn't even recognize it from when I was younger. I thought, you know, I thought I remembered the show, but I didn't. Okay, oh yeah, this has made it a lot better. Sorry, I have to fussy cut here. Join me. Get something to fussy cut. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll just do the Santa. We'll just put him on here and he'll be with his reindeer. Should we pop him up a little bit though, so he's like way out here? So he's not like right on top of the deer? I think so. I brought along some pop dots too. Let me vintage him up, even though he's already vintage enough. But with the stark white, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll just pop Santa up here. What do you think? And then he'll have his deer. Sorry, you'll go next. Okay, pop dots. That's the small ones, not the bigger ones. Yeah, okay. Oh, come on. Are you going somewhere? I'm recording. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi, Libby.
Where's the bug zapper?
Oh, on top of the refrigerator. Libby, she's so... I told you before, she's afraid of flies. He was looking for the bug zapper. I mean, a little bug zapper. It does pretty good. If you get flies in your house, you need a bug zapper. Now, because I have gluey fingers, these probably aren't going to stick right. I can never get these out of here. I know I'm doing it wrong. Anybody know how the right way is? I tried sticking it to it, but I think what it is they're old. And they're stuck in their ways. I hope I don't get old and stuck in my ways. Maybe I already am. Oh dear. I don't mind being stuck in my ways. I can be stuck in my ways if I want to. Okay, I need one right there. Oh, there. I have to pull myself in closer. There's a little dog hair on there. Petted the dog. Don't do that, Ange, when you're crafting. This is taking a long time. I'm so sorry. Should have done it in 2 parts. I'm just so excited to be back that I can't stop filming. Oh, it's not that. It's just an excuse. That one is off. This stuff is as sticky as the glitter. I probably better put one in the middle, because if I don't, somebody could actually put an imprint in him and he would be squished, wouldn't he? I do save my outer pop dot stuff because this works just as good for pop dots as the pop dots do. Here we go. My stomach's growling. I ate before I came in here. Okay, there's that. Now, is there anything else that Santa wants? He wants to have a sentiment up here. Does he want Merry Christmas? A Merry Christmas to you. No, that would come down to, oh, Joy, J-O-Y. Joyous Christmas, would that fit? No. We do have these, Merry Christmas. What else do we have? Let's look. Believe in the magic of Christmas could go in there. Yeah, we're getting down to smaller materials here. Let me get rid of these, because I know it's not on those. Oh, I have some Tim Holtz ones too. Could do Christmas wishes. Christmas wishes. Merry Christmas. Merry, the Christmas won't fit there. Okay. Just believe. Alright. Here's this believe. It would fit. Should we do that? Let's see. I think we need it down here. It's too small for up there. We could do joy if we don't mind it sticking off there a little bit. Wow, I'm kind of stuck here. I like the believe down here. Merry and bright could go up here. Let me grab the other sentiments that I have. I'm sticking with those. I don't know what's in that one. Merry, and then we could put Christmas on the inside. Oh, holy night. Just believe. And then we could put the other believe. It's a Wonderful Life. Winter. Peace. I think we'll go with Believe. I think that's what we'll do. We'll go with the Believe. Just believe in Santa, please. Please don't keep making him go away. I will always love Santa. I do. It's just, it's not that I believe in Santa, but I just love the goodness of it. You know, that kind of thing. It just feels so good. You know, I was stopping because I was thinking, oh, I need a flower. No, I don't. I want to be able to put this in a card. Believe. Okay, right there. And Christmas will not fit on that side. But, my friends, I have this. Have a very Merry Christmas. And the outside of this, the background, matches the front of the card. So there, we made some sense of it after all, didn't we? Gonna have to use either I'm gonna have to train myself to cut straight, or I'm going to have to use the trimmer. Oh boy, that was really off. I knew it was. That one's okay. Bottom okay? Sure. We're going to put that on our gold paper. Just like that. Sorry. Straight line or not a straight line? I think a straight line is needed for this. Just a little shadow of gold hanging out there. Okay. We were supposed to be getting a Michael's craft store in Albany, Oregon, and you know, I looked at the building the other day when I was in Albany, and not the other day, but a couple weeks ago when I was there, and it doesn't look to me like they're doing anything to it. But I did read that they bought a lot of Joanne's copyrights or something. That's not the right thing. That's not right. Anyway, they bought a lot of the Joanne's things so that they can, you know, bring that merchandise into their stores now. So that's good. But I really miss that. Michael's used to have a huge bead aisle, two or 2.5 aisles of beads. And they used to have, you know, many aisles of scrapbooking stuff. But they don't do that anymore. And I just think that's too bad, you know. I don't want to pop this. I do want to pop this up, but I don't because it's inside the card. They used to have a lot of stuff, and they just don't carry it anymore. So, but I haven't been back to Michael's since they said they weren't taking any coupons. So, I know that's just the way they're going, you know, self-checkouts. And the day they started it down in Springfield, I told the girl, I said, "You're not going to have a job very long, are you?" And she said, "Oh no, they're keeping all of us." And I said, "Well, I hope so." But they let them all go. They just have one checker now. And only a couple people really moving around in the stores kind of surprised me. So, but I like Michael's, you know. But I'd like them to carry a larger craft supply. There's a lot of U.S. companies that have supply craft stuff. So they just need to know that they've got a huge business of people out here that are willing to buy it. They just don't know we're here. And this is a huge movement of people, isn't it? Doing journals and junk journals and making journals and selling journals and buying supplies. And I mean, look at us. Oh my goodness, look at us. Here we go. Believe. I want you to believe. Okay, here goes. I'm going to turn it sideways. Uh-oh, it got stuck on his nostril. I wonder if I pressed the Santa down too hard. You know, it might be because I put this on it and I didn't leave room around the envelope to move. Oh well, it's just the idea. Right? Look, it's not a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It's a Rudolph the Blue-Nosed Reindeer. See it sparkling? So there you go. It wasn't a quick card, but it's simple. And we didn't have to use anything but the supplies we had. And if you don't have a Santa, if you're making it for yourself and you're not selling it, you could probably find one online that would work, an old world Santa. You could try the New York Library digital collection and see if they have copyright-free Santas. There's just all kinds of places that you can get them. But, you know, you don't have to use Santa. You could use bunnies or rabbits or, I mean, squirrels or, you know, and put a tree out here in there on the inside or a tree out here. There's all kinds of things you could do. Anyway, that's my Let's Make Together and my Christmas in July, both 2025. And Carol at Free Spirit Arts and Tammy at Tammy Van Antwerp Yard. I'm really messed up your name, Tammy. Anyway, Carol and Tammy. Check their channels out if you haven't already. And, yeah. And, yeah, that's all I have. So believe. And have a very Merry Christmas in July. So that's my card. And I'm sticking to it. Whoa! I believe in Christmas. Don't you? There we go. Over here I'll have my little sentiments. My write-up. So that'll be good. Okay, thanks for joining me today, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye. Thanks for joining me.